Have you ever had a boss who just drove you crazy? Someone who seemed to have it out for you, no matter how hard you worked. Well, you're not alone. Even global superstars like Ariana Grande have dealt with their fair share of difficult bosses. But the story of how she got her ultimate revenge on one of them is truly the stuff of legend. So grab your popcorn, because we're about to dive into one of the most satisfying celebrity stories you've ever heard. Our story begins back in 2010. A young Ariana Grande, fresh-faced and full of dreams, landed her breakout role as Cat Valentine on the Nickelodeon show, Victorious. This was a massive opportunity, the kind of role that could launch a career into the stratosphere. And it did. The show was a huge hit, and Ariana, with her incredible voice and quirky charm, quickly became a fan favorite. She was living the dream, working on a popular show, making friends, and honing her craft. But behind the scenes, things weren't always as cheerful as they appeared on screen. The creator and executive producer of Victorious was a man named Dan Schneider. For years, he was one of the most powerful figures in children's television, the mastermind behind hits like iCarly, Drake and Josh, and Zoe 101. Working with him was seen as a golden ticket. However, over time, unsettling rumors and allegations began to surface about his behavior on set. Many former child actors from his shows have since come forward describing a workplace that was often uncomfortable, demanding, and downright strange. They spoke of odd requests, inappropriate jokes, and a generally toxic environment. Now, while Ariana was on Victorious, she was a total professional. She did her job, hit her marks, and delivered her lines perfectly. But as she grew from a teenager into a young woman, her ambitions began to expand beyond the world of Nickelodeon. She had a powerhouse voice and a deep passion for music. She dreamed of becoming a pop star, of writing her own songs and performing for massive crowds. This was her true calling. This is where the conflict really started to brew. Reports from the time suggest that Ariana's desire to pursue a music career didn't sit well with her boss. Her schedule was grueling, and trying to juggle a full-time acting role with recording an album was nearly impossible. She allegedly asked for time off to work on her music, but her requests were often met with resistance. It seemed like her boss wanted to keep her in the Cat Valentine box, the quirky sidekick, and wasn't fully supportive of her ambitions to become a global music sensation. Imagine being told you can't chase your biggest dream by the very person who holds the keys to your current career. The frustration must have been immense. After Victorious ended, the story didn't stop there. A spin-off called Sam and Cat was created, co-starring Ariana and Jeanette McCurdy from iCarly. But the tensions reportedly continued. In her bombshell memoir, I'm Glad My Mom Died, Jeanette McCurdy detailed the difficult environment on set and the pressures she and her co-stars faced. While Ariana has always been more private about her experiences, the writing was on the wall. Sam and Cat was abruptly canceled after just one season amidst rumors of on-set drama and pay disputes. For Ariana, this was a blessing in disguise. The final tie to her old boss was severed. She was finally free. And this, my friends, is where the revenge begins. But it's not the kind of revenge you see in movies, with dramatic confrontations or elaborate schemes. No, Ariana's revenge was far more powerful, more elegant, and infinitely more satisfying. Her revenge was her success. With the television chapter of her life firmly behind her, Ariana poured all of her energy, her heart, and her soul into her music. In 2013, she released her debut album, Yours Truly. The world was stunned. The girl who played the ditzy redhead on a kids' show had a voice that could rival Mariah Carey. The album went straight to #1 on the Billboard 200 chart. Her single The Way, featuring Mac Miller, became a top 10 hit. This wasn't just a good start. It was an explosion onto the music scene. She proved in one fell swoop that she was so much more than a TV character, but she was just getting started. Her follow-up album, My Everything, was even bigger. It spawned massive hits like Problem, Break Free, and Bang Bang. She was no longer just a pop star. She was a global phenomenon. Every song she released shot up the charts. Every album she dropped broke records. She was selling out stadiums, winning Grammys, and becoming one of the most influential artists of her generation. Meanwhile, what was happening with her old boss? As more and more stories from former actors came to light, his empire began to crumble. Public opinion turned against him, and the network that had been his home for decades eventually cut ties with him in 2018. His name, once associated with blockbuster kids' shows, became linked to controversy and scandal. His career was effectively over. Think about the beautiful irony of this. The very person who allegedly tried to stifle Ariana's musical ambitions had to watch from the sidelines as she became one of the biggest music stars on the planet. Every time she won an award, every time her song played on the radio, every time she appeared on the cover of a magazine, it was a quiet, powerful testament to her talent and resilience. She didn't need to say a word. Her success screamed for her. This is the ultimate revenge story. It's a reminder that the best way to prove your doubters wrong is to outwork them, outshine them, and achieve a level of success they could never have imagined for you. Ariana took a difficult situation, a controlling boss, and a potentially career-ending conflict, and she used it as fuel. She channeled all that frustration into her art and built an empire of her own, on her own terms. She never had to sling mud or engage in public feuds. She just had to be herself, unapologetically and brilliantly. The story of Ariana Grande isn't just about getting back at a bad boss. It's about the power of believing in yourself when others don't. It's about betting on your own talent and having the courage to walk away from a situation that's holding you back, even if it's scary. She proved that your past doesn't have to define your future. She rewrote her own narrative, and in doing so, gave us a masterclass in winning. So next time you're facing an obstacle or someone who doesn't believe in you, just think of Ariana. The best revenge isn't loud and messy. It's living your best life and achieving everything they said you couldn't. What do you guys think about this incredible story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories you won't want to miss. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.